You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. As E3 2019 edges ever closer and closer, PES fans are eagerly awaiting news and a reveal from Konami ahead of Pro Evo 2020's release. Rather surprisingly, Konami have been extremely quiet over recent weeks, which is a surprise because by now we usually know at least something that's coming ahead of the new release. But this time around, absolutely nothing. Of course, we're all hoping that's purely because Konami are keeping their cards close to their chest rather than them not having much to announce ahead of the next release. But we're going to see soon enough. Despite Sony's announcement that the company won't be attending E3 2019, Konami remain more committed than ever to the gaming convention in Los Angeles. In this video, I want to talk about what we can expect from E3 2019 regarding PES 2020. What will they reveal? What will the fans be able to see? And much more. Hopefully, I can shed some light on it for you guys in this video. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, we can almost guarantee at this point that Konami will be conducting their own set of live streams on their social media channels. This was something that the company started last year ahead of the Pro Evolution Soccer 2019 release, and it worked out very well for them. So it makes sense for them to go again with that same format this year. It's something that many game development companies are employing nowadays. Keep an eye on that on their YouTube or Twitch channels. During these live streams, they will gradually release more and more information and dive deeper into the game. These will contain interviews with key figures in the company, such as the notorious Adam Batty, which I personally find very interesting and enlightening. On a side note, those live streams should be embedded into their videos afterwards, so don't worry if you can't catch them during the time. So we'll have the live streams. What else can we expect? Well, there will be 100% a reveal trailer for the new game. This will be the very first opportunity that fans will get to see PES 2020 in action for the first time. What you're seeing on screen currently is the PES 2019 E3 reveal trailer. This should give you a taste of what you can expect from it this time around. Whilst the trailer can generally seem like an underwhelming thing for many sports franchise games, Konami's are actually very good. The reason being is that they usually last for 2 to 3 minutes, which is very long for a reveal trailer of this type, and not only show in-game footage, but it can reveal many features about the other game modes as well. In the 2019 version, Konami made sure that the trailer showed every single league that was licensed in the game, and with them losing the UEFA competition licenses, they were able to use that budget to obtain the licenses for many more leagues around the world, which they were then able to showcase in the trailer. This made plenty of fans very excited ahead of the new release. Not only were we informed about these new additions, but the likes of My Club also made an appearance within the trailer, as plenty of new legends for the online game mode were revealed during the video. This was topped off by them showing plenty of new skills and abilities that were added and available to the players. Compare this to the likes of the FIFA trailers that usually come out at E3, and you'll find that the Pro Evolution Soccer trailers have much more depth and reveal a lot more for fans to get excited about. On a side note, the trailers themselves are a real spectacle, and I'd highly advise anyone to watch them. They're always very well put together and really enjoyable to watch. Remember, unless they have a massive announcement to reveal, they won't go much further with reveals about the likes of Master League, Become a Legend or My Club. This is because they like to save the reveals of the rest of the general or standard additions and improvements for Gamescom, which will of course once again be in August this year. But if they do have something game changing that the fans are going to lose their minds over for any of those game modes, then perhaps we can expect that to be revealed at E3 this year. So we got the streams and that trailers. What's next for Pro Evolution Soccer 2020 at E3? What else can we expect? Well, if Konami have made any big principal partnership deals with any massive clubs, then you can expect to hear about it at E3. For example, last year, Schalke were revealed as a new principal partner for PES 2019, and Konami focused heavily on that at E3. In previous years, it was the likes of Liverpool and Barcelona. Any new clubs with similar partner deals will be subject to heavy attention from Konami during E3, with the likes of the team being played on stream and on the E3 demo. And if they have a new stadium on the game as a result of partnering with that club, then it will more than likely be showcased heavily during E3, with employees from the PES team going into detail about the club and the process behind implementing them into the game. On top of this, expect them to dive deeply into the gameplay. They'll really try to drive it into the fans how they've changed and improved it compared to last year's version. This is always a big part of their E3 schedule anyway, but expect this to be really emphasised following the enormous amounts of criticism that the company received from the fans this season due to major gameplay issues over the course of PES 2019. Konami will really want to put that to bed and appease a fan base that has generally been quite unhappy with the gameplay over the last year. How this will work is they'll have gameplay of the demo on screen, and with one of the development team explaining over the top the changes and how it works. They'll sprinkle in information about the graphics and the overall look of the game along the way, that's for sure. It doesn't finish there either. There are still plenty of other things that we could very well expect from Konami regarding PES 2020 at E3. For example, the release date is still a hot topic for debate. Last year, Konami took a gamble and decided to release it at the end of August, which certainly helps their sales because for a few weeks it was the only up-to-date, newly released football game available. And fans wanted their football fix with the new European seasons having already started generally. We may see the release date announced at E3 this time around, and if so, that will also be in the trailer. If that is the case, then the fans will find out whether Konami will take the same action this year too. Another thing that could be in focus at E3 is the menu user interface design. Kai Masuda, one of the producers of the PES game franchise, stated in an interview earlier on in the year that they had heard a lot of negative feedback from the fans regarding the layout of the menus, and that they would be acting upon it and making changes for PES 2020. So this is something that we can definitely expect to see changed ahead of the next release. With that in mind, it's certainly possible that the team will walk us through that at E3 and show glimpses into how they've addressed this, as this is pretty much the first thing you see when you start up the game, so they'll want to get it right and broadcast the improvements. And of course, we can't forget the new cover stars and principal partner players of the new series. This usually changes every year. PES 2019 saw Philippe Coutinho come together with David Beckham. What's important about this is that it will dictate the type of extra content that Konami will offer if you buy special editions of the game. So if you brought the Legend Edition of Pro Evo 2019, you received plenty of extra content, including the likes of David Beckham as a My Club item. In previous seasons, it was the likes of Usain Bolt. Whilst Beckham will have no doubt created some traction and been a fairly big draw for the game itself, I would be surprised to see Konami retain him as the big partner and cover player this time around, because they want to keep the image to their fans that this game will be different and better than the previous version, and having the exact same cover star and bonus rewards doesn't really give off that impression. But we'll see. There are so many things that could be announced at E3 which I do want to talk about, but because they're more along the lines of rumours and not what we can almost definitely expect, I'm going to talk about them in a separate video. So make sure you keep an eye out for me covering the PES 2020 rumours at E3. Now I want to know what you guys want to see ahead of the release of PES 2020. Which part of the game do you think needs the most improvement? Gameplay, Master League, Become a Legend, My Club? Make sure that you let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you haven't already, using the Twitter handle at Bromo018. The link for that is in the description as always. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, as I really appreciate it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more regular gaming content. On that note, it's time to round it off there. I'm Bromo18, and I'll see you soon.